Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to demystify two tools that are, let's be honest, absolutely essential for any developer: Git and GitHub.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to look at Git and GitHub, local version control, collaborating in the cloud, branching, which is like a safe sandbox, merging and pull requests, and then a final breakdown. The best way to do this? Let's just follow a project from a little idea on your laptop all the way to a global collaboration.
All right, first things first, let's get the most fundamental question out of the way. Git, GitHub. They sound so similar, right? What exactly are these two things and how are they different?
You know, even though they sound alike and are like best friends in the coding world, they actually do two totally different things, but both are super important. Okay, so Git. This is the actual software you install on your computer. It's free, it's open source, and its whole job is to track the changes in your code over time. It's basically a personal time machine for your project. And I love this analogy from Cameron McKenzie. He says, I often describe it to friends as like a save point in a video game. And that's perfect. Every time you commit your work in Git, you're creating a permanent save point. You can always go back to it. It's a total lifesaver. GitHub, now, that's a different beast. It's not software on your machine, it's a website, a service in the cloud. Think of it like a social network, but for code. It's the place you put your Git projects so you can share them and, this is the big one, collaborate with other people. Okay, so that's the theory. Let's see how this actually builds. It all starts with you, on your computer with your project. This is your personal timeline. So on your local machine, your workflow is this really simple, powerful loop. First, you make some changes, you write or edit your code. Then you tell Git which files you want to include in your next save point. That's called git add. And finally, you commit those changes. You save a snapshot of those files and you write a little message to yourself or your future self explaining what you did. All right, your project is humming along nicely on your own machine. But what happens when you need to share it? Or, more likely, work on it with a team? Well, that's where GitHub enters the picture. Let's put it this way. Git is taking care of the project's history right there on your computer. But GitHub? That's the central hub in the cloud, where a copy of that history lives, a place everyone can see and get to. So, when you want to share your latest commits, your latest save points, you use a command called git push. You're literally pushing your changes from your computer up to GitHub. And on the flip side, what if your teammate adds something cool? You need to get those changes, right? So you use git pull. You pull the latest changes down from GitHub onto your machine. It's this constant push and pull that keeps the whole team on the same page. Okay, let's talk about what is, for my money, one of the most powerful features of Git. This is the secret sauce that lets big teams work on the same project without stepping on each other's toes. It's called branching. And it's basically a safe sandbox for your code. So, picture your project as this one long single timeline. This is your main branch. Think of it as the official, stable version of your project, the one that, actually works. And this is where it gets brilliant. When you create a new branch, you're creating a parallel timeline that splits off from the main one. It's a copy, an isolated little world where you can experiment, build a new feature, fix a bug, whatever. And you don't have to worry about breaking the main project. It's total freedom. Okay, so you've been working away on your branch, you've built this amazing new feature, it's all tested and ready to go. Now, how do you get all that great work back into the main project? How do you bring it all together? This is the crucial next step. You've got this great new feature on your branch. Now what? This is really where the collaborative magic of GitHub kicks in. So, you don't just jam your new code into the main branch. That would be chaos. Instead, on GitHub, you open what's called a pull request. It's basically you saying, hey team, I've got these changes, what do you think? It's a formal way to propose and review those changes. Your team can look at it, leave comments, and once everyone's happy, then and only then do you merge your changes back into the main branch. It's a fantastic safety net. So we've gone through the whole journey, right? From a local idea to working with a team. Let's wrap this up with a final, super clear comparison. So what's the key difference, really? Let's just summarize everything we've talked about in one simple view. Okay, this table makes it super clear. Let's just run through it. For type, Git is software, GitHub is a service. Environment, Git is installed locally on your system, GitHub is hosted on the web, it's cloud-based. Their main focus? Git is all about version control and history, while GitHub is about centralized hosting and collaboration. And who maintains them? Git is looked after by the Linux Foundation, while GitHub is owned by Microsoft. See? Totally different things, but they work together like a dream. So now you've got it. You understand the whole flow. And that's a huge deal. You have the tools to start creating and collaborating on pretty much any project you can dream up. The only question left is, what